So, a couple people have requested to record some build orders. So, I'm going to attempt to make a build order video.
Амар минь барилгачин тийм үү барилгачин
Try to show everyone what I do.
бэлэн барилгачин
This is for Turbo Force Nothing 11 by 11 maps, more commonly known as 38K. So you take your first 3 villagers, use 1 to build a house and a mill. When the mill's done, you build a farm. By then, your first 2 villagers that you sent to wood will be carrying 50 wood back, which you can use to build a second farm.
захир барилгачин
Build a third farm at that location.
бэлэн байна.
And then you're going to want to make sure you have villagers always producing. You should have enough wood to build a lumber camp there. Then you're going to want to send your 9th villager to this corner. Build a house and then set him to cut those 2 trees. And then delete that mill. Build another house. Every time you get 60 wood, you're going to build another farm. You're going to try to cut these 3 trees down here, because when you get those cut, you can put a 9th farm down.
Амар минь мотчин
захир барилгачин
бэлэн байна. Барилгачин
Keep your town center producing. Should be either 15 or 16 villagers before you're going to Feudal Age. I think Teutons are the only civ that you can really do a good 15 with no idle time. So here we're going to click Feudal. We're going to take 2 villagers and set them to chop those trees. We're going to take 2 more villagers, set them to chop those trees. So that'll give us a 4x4 in this area. As soon as you click up, you're going to want wheelbarrow, double bit, start building your market, start building your barracks. When the barracks and market are both up, delete the barracks, put your farm back, and then you can start selling wood. Send 2 villagers. Cut down those. Once you have sold enough wood, I mean, you can do it either way, but normally I keep my market up until the price has dropped the whole way to 14, which doesn't normally take long, especially if you're playing a 4v4. But you're going to have, depending on the strategy, I also normally buy 100 stone. But get to 22 villagers. 20 to 22. Normally I do 22. But if you want the fastest castle time, then you can normally go with just plain 20.
Бэлэн байна. Мотчин.
So here you can see we have a 4x4. They're working on it. Up on this side, you have 2 trees left.
Амар миндүү. Мотчин. Мотчин.
Same thing as when you hit feudal age. You're gonna go instant wheelbarrow
Захир. Мотчин.
or handcart and instant bow saw. Delete the farm.
Барилгачин.
Go with a town center there
Барилгачин.
and a town center there. And as soon as they get done chopping that,
Тийм үү?
you put a 4th town center there.
Захир барилгачин.
Delete the lumber camp for a farm.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
If you have the room, leave 1 tile gap there. Start producing out of all 4 as soon as possible. Take some villagers and
Мотчин. Мотчин.
chop those trees.
Амар миндүү. Мотчин.
Make sure you have gather points set so you have as little idle time as possible. The goal here is to keep your town centers producing and keep your
Захир. Барилгачин.
basically it's just keep your town centers producing.
Барилгачин.
Try to keep yourself from getting housed, which I just got.
Мотчин.
If you delete that first farm, ooh. So here I have 1 more tree to go.
Тийм үү?
This is going to be rough.
Барилгачин.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин. Мотчин.
So as you can see, there's a 4x4 gap here,
Захир.
which means I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's why you built the farm there.
Амар миндүү. Мотчин.
Тийм үү? Мотчин.
So this isn't the absolute fastest way to get
Барилгачин.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
to the Imperial Age, but it will get you there with a good economy.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Захир. Мотчин. Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Unless you're Slavs or Vikings, maybe Burmese, you are going to have a little bit of idle time on a couple town centers here and there.
Захир.
Захир.
Can't really be helped.
Барилгачин.
Амар миндүү. Барилгачин. Бэлэн байна. Тийм үү? Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин. Захир. Барилгачин.
Basically, just try to go with
Барилгачин.
the best space management that you possibly can.
Барилгачин.
Бэлэн байна. Амар миндүү.
Тийм үү? Мотчин.
So I'm going to put my
Байна.
market and siege workshop there. That's why I cut right there. I'm going to need
Захир. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
more houses. Alright, I got the wood.
Амар миндүү. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Амар миндүү. Барилгачин.
You're never going to have this much gold, so
Бэлэн байна.
don't really worry about the gold.
Захир. Барилгачин.
Захир. Барилгачин. Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
And I wouldn't recommend using this many villagers because they'll just get stuck. But at that point,
Захир. Би болгоё. Мотчин.
Тийм үү? Барилгач. Амар минь барилгачин.
Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин.
Бэлэн байна.
Now we're on our way.
Барилгачин.
If you missed what I did,
Барилгачин.
go back and replay it.
Захир.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
Build some houses, build a market, and a
Барилгачин. Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
monastery.
Барилгачин.
Maximize your space.
Амар минь дүү.
Амар минь барилгачин.
There you go. 21-minute imp time. Don't need that. And then you can start producing more.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Get your onagers researched. If you can see down here, I have command grouped. I have 2 onagers in each grouping because I feel like they cut better and faster that way. I've seen people do 1, 2, 3, and 4 with 1 onager each.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. 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 Тийм үү? Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Захир.
The main goal is to just expand your economy. If you don't have 4 town centers to start, build more town centers. Get your site upgrades. Right.
Бэлэн байна.
Build more houses.
Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин. Тийм үү?
That is one of the things that I seem to always be forgetting to do.
Захир. Барилгачин.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин. 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 Барилгачин.
There you go. Won't get housed for a while.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Захир. Барилгачин. Бэлэн байна.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
Тийм үү? Даачхан эрхлэгч.
For a... Oh yeah.
Захир. Барилгачин.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Most Force Nothing games are played on Turbo with 300 population.
Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин. Захир.
If there is wood or food to sell, I would sell it.
Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Most Force Nothing games are played with infantry,
Барилгачин.
so which is why I mostly just get the infantry upgrades.
Амар минь дүү. Захир. Барилгачин.
If you're playing a 1v1, I would recommend forming some sort of wall. If you have Siege Onager, get it when you can.
захир барилгачин амар мэндүү барилгачин
If your civilization has guilds at the market, get it. Mongols have a great tech called nomads, which means I can destroy all my houses and just keep building houses in their place.
Амар мэндүү барилгачин
They also have a tech called drill, which makes my siege go faster. And if you are one of those civs that needs a castle, then you have extra stone. Or you could just build a trebuchet, which is like a mobile outpost. So nomads is in, so I can just go ahead and destroy all my houses.
тийм үү барилгачин 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 барилгачин
Now I have neglected building villagers, which I'm going to need a couple more of. So here's my mobile outpost.
захир барилгачин барилгачин
I'm going to need
бэлэн барилгачин амар мэндүү тийм үү
more farms.
бэлэн байна барилгачин 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 тийм үү барилгачин.
Here we go. That should get me to 50 farms.
захир амар мэндүү барилгачин барилгачин.
Now, depending on like what you're trying to do, it might be smart to go ahead and get your cav upgrades. Other than that, make a decently wide path.
тийм үү барилгачин
Build production buildings as you advance. Building production buildings, getting a wide path, those are essential for winning a Forest Nothing game. Oh, right. I have Mac Pop set to 250 on this. Looks to me like we're not direct opposites. And because I'm playing a computer, he hasn't expanded at all, which means it's going to be difficult to find him. Because he hasn't expanded at all. He's just a tiny little speck. But most games that I play, if I expand like this, like I had started expanding before the 30th minute, the fighting would have started by the mid-30s, and most players aren't ready to start fighting by that time. So if you can follow along with what I was doing, practice a little bit, you should be able to beat most players in a 1v1 situation. Also, if you're playing a game where you're a flank, in like a 4v4, a lot of times you kill the opposing player's flank before their pocket can get to them and help. And then you just start steamrolling the other side because one of their players is already dead. Alright, if I do this again, I'm totally doing it on all visible. What size is this map? Oh, wrong thing. It is a two-player map. Did I just not go far enough?
захир, барилгачин,
Huh. Oh, right, I'm an idiot.
амар минь дүү. Тийм ээ. Барилгачин,
Бэлэн
Oh, I forgot about spies.
мэдлээ гүйцэтгэе.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget your siege engineers and chemistry upgrades. Those are very important, especially if you get siege engineers, because you want your siege onagers to be at the best they can possibly be.
барилгачин,
Occasionally look back and
захир, барилгачин,
refresh your lumber camps.
Амар минь дүү.
I'm particularly bad with doing this.
барилгачин,
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
Шаал сонсгий. Тийм үү. Мэдлээ гүйцэтгэе. Шаал сонсгий.
Yep, I don't understand why the computers don't build anything.
Бэлэн урагшаад авшаад.
But that's essentially how you play 11 by 11.